Really quick, did you watch any of the White House Correspondents Dinner? If we go on this tangent for a second.
Sure, I did.
What'd you think?
It's a very awkward event. It's very weird.
Yeah.
I can see why people like Chris Christie, like I could see why the everyday person likes, even to this day.
Because he's like Jackie Gleason?
The
why?
dude's got a good way to just... I mean, I'm sure he's saying this to himself as he's laughing at the jokes about his weight and everything.
Mm-hmm.
People will like you if you laugh at yourself. Because he's the only one who really does that.
See, what was weird was...
But go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I just thinking of that because I agree with you. But then a couple weeks ago, remember that video that was going around with Joey Behar? And
yes.
she was roasting him, and he literally stood up and interrupted her set. So I don't know. It's weird. I don't know which way he's going there.
Maybe he's thinking, where am I and what's the appropriate behavior for that event?
This is Jersey, and this old broad's insulting me.
That's pretty much it.
I'm gonna get up.
I'm in Jersey. The people of Jersey will love if I attack her.
I'm in D.C. Some gay kid from the E Network. All right, I'm fat. Okay, whatever. Ha ha ha. I hate you. Ha ha ha. I hate you. Yeah, I was thinking because we, I know some people who go to the White House Correspondents thing, and obviously we talk about that, and I think part of the vibe of this show is that we would not even. I don't even we wouldn't even necessarily go if we got the invites, right? Maybe
I would go.
No, I mean we would, but there's
you'd hear me in the back. You'd hear me in the back when Obama goes, and my next joke, here we go. Drones. I go, boo. That really bothers me when he jokes about drones. It really, because you know what?
I didn't hear because he thought he had because he made a drone joke 2 years.
Yes, and that bothers
was the
me
most
too.
tasteless joke I've heard.
Yes,
the joke is he was talking because he always does stuff about being like a beleaguered dad, whatever, and the joke was, my daughters are going to be dating soon. And, just a word of warning to boys coming over, predator drones.
Yeah.
I mean, that was stunningly tasteless
If
joke.
A comedian wants to make a joke about drones, what they should do is
Mikhail made the joke about drones.
I think pretty sure Obama said something about
No. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't remember Obama making a joke this year, but Mikhail made a joke about drones, which the joke was... He was saying, in America, we worry about plot spoilers on Twitter. In other countries, you say, oh, my God, don't tell me who got killed by the drone strike in the village. Don't spoil it for me. Which, as a joke, that construction didn't work because he made it to flip. But he was trying to put it on the table in a little bit of a critical way. I don't think it worked, but I think he was trying.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Usually the comedians they get, I feel like, at least in recent years, have a little bit more of a political humor background.
Yeah, he's on
Joel
he's
McHale.
On the network.
He has a show on E called The Soup, and he talks about whatever's on TV or whatever.
Right.
And he also is on Community.
Okay. I haven't seen Community, but obviously I know that's a very popular show. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know. But I was really thinking this time. I mean, it's such a cliche, but it's just there was this report in the Hollywood Reporter that Sam didn't get to, so I'll just mention it because we won't get to it otherwise. But it was basically saying that because the thing has gotten bigger because Hollywood stars have been going to it more so over the last several years, and now there's the whole hook in with TV shows and House of Cards and Veep and all that, and basically, but stars are not going as much as they used to because they complain that the people at the Correspondents' Dinner are obnoxious and they're getting basically pawed at too much.
Oh yeah,
and there's just something about that room.
I can picture that.
That's what made the report funny was that there was no part of me that said no, that has to be exaggerated. I was just. Absolutely.
Well, because
I'm totally sure
the majority of people who go to that thing are hacks, and
right.
they're pawing at the opportunity to be cool or relevant. Because they don't. These aren't the journalists who speak truth to power. They're not the ones who, these are people who pretty much toe the line for the
I don't
most
even
part.
know. I mean, there's all that, but there's also just even the culture that where did they get the idea of that being cool to begin with? I mean, it's a whole other.
Well, I don't even think they worry about looking cool to that celebrity at that moment. They want the photo with the celebrity,
I understand.
so they could post it and
just
look cool.
the whole event is so. It's you can tell a lot about.
Oh well, don't they call it nerd prom or something?
Well, I'm not even going to go there.
Yeah,
I can't. I will not dignify
low.
that term. But I'm just saying you can tell a lot about a place by how people decompress. And it is interesting to watch it because it is their version of decompressing. But wow, that's a fucking weird way to decompress. That's all I'll say. I mean, wow. I want to go have some stuffy dinner in a cold ballroom. And with the exception, the only part that's genuinely interesting is the president funny? President Obama is actually really funny. That is interesting. He's good at doing stand-up.
For a president, he's pretty funny.
Well,
let's put it into context.
But that goes without saying. Well, here's what I would say: for a president, he's funny, and he's actually he's not a comedian, but he's a funny guy. So it's even more than he's a pretty funny person. But at any rate, I don't know. It's just bizarre. So
my favorite thing about the whole night was CNN after everyone's after
they were stone faced.
After Obama, after Joe McHale, they had to critique every single comedy bit. And, they had to, Don Lemon had to give his opinion on whether he thought something was, I thought it was really funny. What about you, Wolf? What did you think? It was so bizarre. And they had Ben Stein on and Ben Stein was, it's the year 2014. And why is Ben Stein critiquing anything at this point? I mean,
the only funny thing about Ben Stein is that he exists.
Yes.
I mean, it's
he was I don't know. I didn't quite get what Joel McHale was saying for the most part. I didn't find it very funny. It was just bizarre.
So, what about old numbers where you would, as an example, steal money from a blind homeless man or something like that, or calling economics Jewish engineering? Those were the jokes that I really enjoyed back in my day when I was writing speeches for Richard Nixon. I mean, come on, what? Ben, CNN having Ben Stein on to comment on the White House Correspondents Dinner is way more embarrassing than Malaysia coverage.
Yes.
That is just
no,
ridiculous.
I disagree, but okay.
I'll take that to the mat.